Hey guys, this is Patrick, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to import data from a data table file from an external file into Unreal Engine and use that to move an actor in our world. Okay, so here are the ingredients for our recipe. So we're going to need a CSV file to be the data source, a data actor, which is an actor that we're going to place in the world to access this data file. Also a data struct to store all the rows of my data file, an actor tag for us to find the data actor in our world, and a movement actor, which will be the actor that will access this data from the file and use this to get some movement. And then we're going to save everything. Okay, so in terms of preparation, here's what we are going to do and how things are related. So our data actor, we're going to place that in our world. We're going to tag that as my data actor. And this actor will contain a UDataTable object. So this will be used for us to be the reference for our CSV file inside Unreal Engine. So that's why we need to expose that using uProperty so that in our blueprint we can select the CSV file so that our data table object can relate to the correct file. And then we're going to pass the row values into our struct object. The struct object will store all the values in the rows in our file, and this object will be used to return one specific column in that row. And we are going to start that in a member variable of our struct that I'll call my movement. And as far as the actor that will move is concerned, he will then access, or properly said, make a connection to the data actor using get my data, which is a function that I will create. Then it will fetch the data from the data actor and will store this data in its own data actor object. And we'll use this object then to get the struct member variable, my movement. I will use a getter function here. And I will use this value then to set the new actor location and we'll save the game. So that's what we need to do. And the first step is to create the struct. So let's go ahead and do it. So we're here in Unreal Engine and here in my VS Code file. So all we need to do is to include a new file here. It's going to be a header file. I call it my data struct, and it's an empty value, an empty file. So I have to do all the includes here. Okay, now we need to define the struct. So we have the useStruct function that we'll use to make this accessible from our blueprint. Okay, then we need to make sure that my data struct inherits from f data f table, actually row base, because we're going to access a file that is a row based file. So we need to include generated use struct body um, for my public functions, and I need to to a constructor to initialize my member variables. Okay, so for each variable in my file, I need to initialize them. So I only have one variable here, one column. I'll call this my movement, and that's why I'm only initiating this one here. But if you have more columns in your file, then we need to initiate those as well. So then I'm going to store this inside a float. And I want to expose that using the property. I call it my data file, my data strip, actually. Okay, so let me compile and save. Sorry, actually, I needed to specify as a blueprint type rather. There we go. And I need to include a equal sign here. There we go.